Hey, hockey fans, T-Boz is 13-3 here with another top shelf guest. 2023 CCHA Goalie and Player of the Year, Michigan Tech standout Blake Pietila. This episode is sponsored by Kelly Heating and Electric, Computer Recovery Associates, Dooley's Pub, and Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Mogi.
Hey, we're in the media room at the John McGinnis Arena on the Michigan Tech campus. About 1 week before Blake finishes up his senior year here, he's taking some time out of his busy schedule of studying for final exams to meet with us today. So thanks, Blake. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
I would normally start out with, hey, you grew up in Howell, Michigan, and, what's the story of how you got here? But let's talk about this year. What a phenomenal year. CCHA player, goalie of the year. What led up to this ability to earn this prestigious awards?
I think just kind of doing the same thing I have the past previous summers. Being up here all summer, training with Tyler Shalast and the great facilities we have here. Can't beat the summers up here, so I think that's just the start. And then obviously just the program and the team we've always had. And this year, it's just helped out, and just couldn't be more thankful for being here. So
kind of all came together for you.
Yep, it did.
Wonderful.
Yep, everything aligned. Yep.
Yep, nice.
Well, not only these awards, but you were in the running for some other pretty prestigious awards as well. Hobie Baker, Mike Richter Award. How does that come about? Are you notified by an email, or does a coach come in and pat you on the back and say, hey, stud, this is what's coming up? Or how does that work?
A little of both, yeah. But usually Cal Larson, he's our team media guy, and I think he gets the emails like maybe a day or two in advance from when they release it. And just for the Hobie Baker top 10 finalist, he gave me a call, I think a week before, and just wanted to let me know, like, hey, you'll be a top 10. And then you just kind of ask me some questions, like, because I think they get background and stuff like that to post. So yeah, so I think he's usually the first one to let me know, and then they usually announce it on Twitter or something like that.
Did you see this coming?
No, actually, I didn't really think about it too much. It was like a pleasant surprise. Like, there's a lot of great names up there, so I was just happy to be there and happy to be on a great team.
Oh, you certainly were. And that's got to say something about the guys around you as well. I'm a defenseman, so I'm automatically going to say because of those awards were because of me, right? Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, how many times are we out there blocking shots and, making you look good? And, of course, we screw up once in a while, too, and you got to make that big save. But how does that did it make your teammates feel pretty good, though?
Yeah, I think so. I think goaltending is one of the most team-wide, like when you get awards, it's the most like team awards, because I mean, if you're on a bad team, it's hard to get any awards as a goalie. You're not getting wins. I'm sure you're letting in goals. So yeah, so I think starting with a great team and having great teammates in front of you is the biggest factor to even being recognized for any of these awards, for sure.
Okay.
Another humble guy.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
All right. Let's go. Let's start from the beginning. Howell, Michigan. When did you start? When did you strap on the skates?
Probably mini mites. I don't even know what age it is. Maybe 4 years old, 5 years old. And then I just started getting the goalie because they rotate the goalie around the locker room when you're younger. I don't know if they do that everywhere else, but they did back in Howell. And I just remember I liked it, and I just told my dad I wanted to be the goalie. I didn't want to rotate anymore, so that's just when I started, and I've been goalie ever since.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
So what drew you to the position? What did you like about it that you wanted to stay there?
I actually don't remember, but I think my dad told me it was just I really like the pads. Just I don't know, the big pads and all the maybe the odd one out and being like that, getting to wear different equipment. Maybe that intrigued me. But yeah, I just remember like loving it and wanted to keep doing it.
Did you develop any idiosyncrasies as a goalie where, this pad had to go on first, or you only wore this pair of underwear because you always won, or anything like that?
I think more so when I was younger a little bit, as far as superstitions, like getting dressed a certain way and things had to go perfectly. Otherwise I was going to have a bad game. But then as I kind of grew up and got into juniors, I realized that you can't be doing that, and you can't be having mental battles before the game. So I've kind of grown up in that aspect and just kind of letting it happen and playing the game.
When we talked to Cammie Cronish last week, she said the same thing. She said, you start getting that into your mind, and then, you're in a different arena, and things are different, and there's no way that you can possibly keep that routine consistent. So you would lose right there. You right off the bat, you're already behind. So
yeah, that's a very good point. Like for home games, you play half the games at home, but then the other half are on the road. So there's different settings, and that's a really good point that she had.
Yeah.
You've got a twin brother, you've got younger brothers, you've got a sister. Any little knee hockey battles in the basement? A few elbows thrown, couple tears. What's going on in your household?
Yeah, when we were younger, it actually wasn't in the basement. We had like a little big bonus room upstairs, and it was carpeted. So yeah, we definitely do a lot of mini sticks with my brothers and sister and friends too. And then my dad would build an ice rink in the backyard every winter, so we'd always be out there probably, I'm sure, every day. So yeah, that was awesome. And we'd play other sports too, baseball and stuff in the summer. So yeah, we're all pretty close in age. So it made it really fun, and we could always do like 3v2 games and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun.
So I was at a hockey game the other day in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin with Chippewa Steel. They were playing the Wisconsin Wendigo. And I noticed there was a guy in the team. His name was Blake Pietila from Howell, Michigan. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's related to Blake. He's got to be.
Yep. He's a second cousin. Yeah, there's a lot of us in Howell, and a lot of family down there, so it makes it fun down there. So a lot of our cousins and friends like that would come over and play hockey on Sundays and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of people and family, and they love to come up to play at Tech too. So
I was going to say, you say down there, and obviously, Howell is in the lower part of Michigan. So how did you end up here at Michigan Tech in the UP?
Yeah, same kind of thing. A lot of family up here too. The Pietila name is pretty big up here too. My grandma lives up here, and I have some aunts and uncles and a lot of family. And my dad went to Tech, so yeah, it was just yep. So he was a engineering major too. So just kind of followed in his footsteps a little bit. And Logan and I have always wanted to play at Tech.
Was your dad a hockey player?
He did. He played all the way through high school, and then after that, he came to Tech to get his engineering degree. So
wow, nice.
Yep.
Well, you mentioned engineering degree yourself. Is that what your major is?
Yep, mechanical engineering.
Yep.
Okay, and how are your grades?
Pretty good, 3.32 GPA, so I'm pretty proud of that. It's a pretty rigorous course. So
yeah, tough major.
Yep.
So for all those kids out there that say it can't be done, it can be done.
Yeah,
right?
but for sure can. It's a lot of work, but it can be done.
All right. Well, you've got brothers, you've got a sister. Coming out of your household, who's the better athlete?
I mean, I'd say everyone's got their own little touch and aspect of why they could be. My sister Sophia, she's a great soccer player, so she's a great athlete. She didn't stick to the hockey train like everyone else did, and then we all play different positions. I'm a goalie. Logan's a forward. My brother Chase is a defenseman. My brother Grant was also a defenseman. He played through high school hockey and won 2 state championships. So yep. So you're pretty good athletes in the family, and made for a lot of fun competition.
I'll bet.
Yep.
When you're on the ice, and whether the game's going, good or bad, doesn't matter. Are you a yeller? Directing your defensemen, your forwards, or are you quiet behind that mask?
I'm pretty quiet. In practice, I like to get into it with some teammates and just kind of make it fun. It's a long year, so it's fun just to keep it light and fun. But then in the game, I'm pretty quiet. The only things I really ever say is just letting them know if they have a guy coming, or if I see a read, like a rim up the wall, or what I think the best play could be. But other than that, I don't say much at all to the refs, unless the refs like to come up to you and just ask you how you're doing and stuff. So I'll talk to them. But other than that, I don't really say too much. Yeah.
You're not a chirper then.
No, I did. I actually remember in juniors, I was kind of getting at it with the guy, and then they put a few in my net. So it was.
That's bad.
Yeah, so it kind of just wasn't really focused, and so I was like, that's the last time I'll ever do that. So
yeah, concentrate on hockey instead of thinking about what you're going to say to your opponent.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. So it's after the season here, and you're just prior to your graduation, and you mentioned to us that you had just gotten done with a workout. So you're still working out. What does off-season preparation look like for you?
Yeah, right now, just because we kind of just got done and we got a long way to the season. We're doing 3 lifts Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then that's just lifting weights. And then Tuesday and Thursday, we kind of do some more agility and plyometric stuff like that. And then Thursday, we'll do just a little conditioning, and we have these they're called assault bikes. So we'll do some biking, and then so that's how we do it for the first few months. And then we have summer classes that start May 10th. Everyone usually is up here. That will be on here for the new team and stuff like that. And we'll kind of go through a more in-depth workout program. And then everyone else is free to go after that. And we like to stay up here and enjoy the summers because beautiful summers up here. And my brother Logan and I, we have our own painting company. So we do that up here, and we can golf for free at the courses. So yeah, you can't beat it.
Nice. So when the new guys come in, do they start with the workout program? Do they start with school right away too?
Yeah.
leg up?
Yep. Yeah. You're here for, I think it's 2 months. You do like a summer course, just to kind of get it out of the way. And yeah, so you're up here taking a class, and working out. I think it's just kind of adjusting to just getting ahead of what's going to be kind of expected for next year. Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yep.
Kind of break them in slow.
Yep.
Get to know your teammates really well, though.
Exactly. So
get on the workout train. Yeah. Cool.
Let's talk about your role as a leader on the team, as a goalie. When a new recruit comes in, are you introduced to those guys to kind of make them feel like they're at home? Are you kind of a locker room leader, getting them shown around, or how does that work for the new guy?
Yeah, so I think I'm more of just a leader by just my actions. I'm not really a vocal guy that will just kind of encourage guys and stuff. I mean, I can encourage guys, but I'm just kind of more of a quiet guy. And just, I think if guys do learn anything from me, it's just the way I go about everything. And then, yeah, but everyone kind of does when a new guy comes in. Everyone introduces themselves and kind of, if they have questions, we'll answer them and stuff like that. So I kind of think everyone is good at acclimating new guys and making them feel welcome for sure.
So as the established guys are here, they also must know that these new guys coming in could possibly be a threat to their position. Okay. But they're pretty good team guys, and they understand, hey, what's ever going to be best for the team is what we're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Every guy coming in deserves to be on the team, and they could just as easily be in your spot. So yeah, it's great competition too. If you have guys pushing you and that are a threat to take your spot, it helps the overall team growth and helps your growth as well. So yeah, I think it's just overall a benefit to have good guys coming in like that every year.
Yeah.
When we came into the rink today, there's no ice, obviously getting ready for graduation. Does the ice go back in so you guys can skate in the summer?
Yeah, we were actually just talking about this a few minutes ago. We didn't think the ice was going to be in until July sometime, so we were kind of bummed about that. But Arvid Kaderoth, one of the captains here, just kind of talked with Shalast, and he said it'll be in beginning of June. So, yep, we'll start skating then and be able to do that.
So organize. Oh, I'm sorry, JC.
Do you help out with the hockey camps here at all then?
I did 2 summers ago. It was fun. But then, like I said, my brother Logan and I have a painting company, so that kind of got pretty busy. So just kind of do that. But
so house painting.
Yep, house painting.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's true manual labor.
Yeah,
that is
for sure.
not easy.
It is. Yep.
Yeah, learning a little bit of a work ethic there, aren't you?
Yep, we are.
Well, good for you.
So tell us about growing up and where you played your youth hockey and who your major influences were.
Yeah, so youth hockey for a while. We played in Howell, actually, Livingston Lightning. My dad was the coach. We did that for a while, for a couple of years, and that was really fun. And then started playing AAA hockey. So Livingston Lightning was AA hockey. And we played AAA hockey down in Plymouth for CompuWare and Little Caesars. It's kind of different in Michigan. You kind of rotate around a little bit, just whatever team's the best team, I think. I don't know. Teams are switching up a lot compared to Minnesota and stuff like that. So we played there, and that was a really fun experience. Well, we got to win a national championship with CompuWare when we were 16.
Nice.
So that was really fun. I don't know who my biggest influences are. I'd just say probably honestly not really hockey related, but my parents, we had to drive 40 minutes every day to practice. So just them doing that every day was just showed you how hard you wanted to work, because just they'd come home from work and bring you right to practice. So just doing that, just having them do that was really special.
Yeah. Very cool.
And as all hockey parents know, it's commitment, top to bottom.
Yep.
You've had success at your lower levels, U.S. national title at 17, CompuWare, like you said, U16, a gold medal, World Junior A Challenge in 18. You were with Cedar Rapids in the USHL. You've made leaps as you've gone forward. Do you attribute that to a particular workout that you're doing? Are you just surrounded by the right players? What's going on? I mean, that's great.
Yeah, I think just kind of doing my own path and not really worrying about others. I think just a combination of just being in the right place at the right time. Also, like before Cedar Rapids, like you mentioned, I was supposed to play in the North American Hockey League, And then Mark Carlson, he gave me a call, and he saw me at the National Development Camp, the select camp that they hosted in the summer. And so that's kind of how I got my shot. He liked me there. So I think just taking advantage of my opportunity and playing with right players in the right time, and it's all worked out so far. So
Alex Stalock played with Cedar Rapids when he was in juniors as well. We just talked to him about that. What'd you like about Cedar Rapids?
I like it was the first time I ever experienced junior hockey. So, I mean, I thought it was really awesome. First time ever experiencing fans, because AAA hockey, it's not like high school. It's just parents in the stands, and you know what I mean? There's no real passionate fan base. So I thought it was really cool to get be in a small town in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and having a passionate fan base and just playing a long schedule and playoffs and stuff like that. I thought that was a really cool experience.
Nice.
Did you get a chance to play against your brother in juniors?
Yeah, I think our teams were rivals, I think, because they were in Iowa, I think, with me an hour or two down the road. So them and Waterloo Blackhawks. So, we played them quite a bit. I don't know who got the better of each other, but I remember it was pretty even games, and they always had a good team too. So
Did your brother snipe you a couple times?
I was just going to ask that.
He never got a goal on me. My first year in Cedar Rapids, when I didn't play as many games, we split time in net. He scored against us, but I wasn't in net that game. So, and then he did have we went to a shootout one game, and I stopped him in the shootout. So,
oh boy,
yeah.
bragging rights.
Yeah.
Boy.
That was all over Twitter for a little bit. Yeah.
So had you played together all the way through, and all of a sudden at juniors you had to go different ways? What was that like?
Yep. Like you said, we played together every team all the way up, and then juniors we split up. It was weird. In a way, it felt like we were still together just because of having rivals, and we played each other so much. So I think that was pretty cool. It was like we'd see each other after games when we played, and we'd play each other more than we'd play any other team. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was for sure different.
And then back together at Tech.
Yep. All full circle, come back to Tech. Yep.
Very cool.
In your opinion, what was the bigger jump? High school to juniors or juniors to college?
I would say juniors to college, I think. I just noticed everyone being really strong here, and the workouts being really hard. And I just remember coming in my freshman year, and I was just like, whoa. I mean, the workouts were really hard. I was insanely sore after the first day. I was like, wow, like this is, you kind of grind here. So yeah, I just still remember coming in that first day in juniors to college here in the summer, and I was just getting pucks shot right by me after another, and I was like, wow. And I remember some of the players were asking me like your new gear, hey, like that's why. And I was like, yeah, but it was because they were pretty good. So I told them it was the new gear, but it was because I was like, I need to get better pretty quick here.
Like, this guy's going to be in net for us?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Any rituals that you go through with the new guys? I mean, do you send them to the worst restaurant in town, tell them it's the best place, or any road stories you can share at all?
No, I not that off the top of my head. Yeah, we don't really take them out or anything like that. It's just everyone's so nice in the locker room, and when they come in day one, they're freshmen, but you don't really think of them as freshmen. You kind of give them a hard time for being younger and just pick on them a little bit here and there. But yeah, there's not too much going on like that.
Yeah, you got to keep them part of that team. You can't alienate them at all. So
isn't that the truth? We're going to give a quick shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin since 1954. The orthopedic surgeons and athletic trainers serve many area schools. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the fantastic teamwork of their staff and physicians. And then we got Dooley's Pub, been a staple in Eau Claire's home for hockey and all sports fans since 2005. Dooley's Pub is a proud sponsor of the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire and local high schools throughout the Chippewa Valley. It's located on historic Water Street and provides you excellent food and cold beer.
So Blake, tell us about your recruitment process. Who was looking at you? When did that process start, and what ended up leading you to Michigan Tech?
Yeah, so the process started my first year of U16. So you can play 2 years of U16. Or back in the day, now they changed it, so it's U15 and U16 now. But back when Logan and I were playing, it was you could play 2 years of U16, the younger age, and then the older age. Okay. So the first year playing on Little Caesars, we talked to Lake Superior State, and then that was a pretty cool experience. First time we ever both talked to someone, and then later that summer, we came up here and talked to Mel Pearson, and he recruited us, and he said he wanted us both, and it was a pretty easy decision for us. We always wanted to come to Tech. We didn't want to go to another school. So, I mean, for us, it was a no-brainer. So that's kind of how that process went.
Nice.
Did you even want to look at any other schools or no?
It was as soon as the offer was there, we wanted to take it. We didn't want to go anywhere else. So
at what point then did Coach Sean take over?
So I think he took over. I think it was a year or two before. I think 2 years before we got in. I remember him reaching out to me in juniors, just every once in a while, just kind of as a head coach would to his recruits, just making sure like he knows you're there and see how you're doing and he's watching. So yeah, he would reach out. I remember when I was in Iowa, he'd reach out a few times, and then we came in after 2 years of juniors.
So it wasn't about the coach; it was just about.
Yep.
It was about Michigan.
Yeah, we knew whoever was here would do a great job, and Joe's done a great job for us so far.
Certainly has.
Yep.
Did you even bother to come up for a visit before you committed?
Yeah, we actually did that summer. Since we have a lot of family up here, we came up in June sometime, and so we were kind of already in the area. I think I don't remember exactly how it worked. I'd have to ask my dad because he's the one kind of who brought us here. But we were up here in the summer, I think, and just kind of walked around the facilities. It was an unofficial visit and talked to Mel, and that's how it went from there.
So Coach Sean was a goalie as well. So does that give you a different or better connection with him as a head coach as maybe some of your other head coaches who weren't goalies in the past?
I don't think so. I think when he was assistant here, he was kind of more in the goaltending coach role from what I've heard or what I believe. But once he got the head coaching job, I think he's got a lot on his plate. Yeah. So he's kind of worried about the overall. I mean, he's got to do the systems and everything like that. So no, and then it kind of worked out because Jamie Phillips came in my sophomore year, goaltending coach, and he's been a huge piece, unreplaceable, and I loved working with him every second. So
nice.
Yep.
As Coach Sean is your head coach, what's it like playing under him?
Yeah, it's really fun. He all he really wants. He's a pretty simple coach. I think he just wants hard work and just like wanting to win. So he's pretty straightforward. He'll tell you how it is. I just like that he loves to win and he'll do anything to win. So I have a lot of respect for that.
So we've noticed Coach Sean has a pretty interesting sense of humor. Does he show that with you guys as a coach, or is he kind of not?
A little both. I think it's funny. All his he has like his little side comments he'll say if he's giving a speech to the team, or he'll kind of give off like a little sidetrack comment, and I always find those pretty funny. Yeah, so he's pretty funny.
He can keep it lighthearted if he needs to.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
What are your thoughts on since you've arrived? The facilities here were good, but now you guys are going through a transition. You've getting some serious remodeling done here. What's that feel like as a player here at Tech?
Yeah, so like what you said, when I first got here, there were still great facilities. Just from being juniors, you have a kind of a smaller locker room, and then getting here, the locker room. If you walk through, I don't know if you guys ever have, but it just never ends. I feel like, and you get the locker room and the bathrooms, and you walk all the way down to the training room, and then there's a workout room. And then you get the puck pit and golf simulator. So it just keeps on going. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then, like you said, the additions they added, they made everything look more modern, I think, just with the day and age. And then they added some hot tubs and, like I mentioned, the puck pit and then the golf simulator. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to do that. We didn't really use the golf simulator too much during the season, but now that the season's kind of over, a lot of guys are doing that, getting ready for golf season. So it's a lot of fun to use.
All right, I'm going to give a couple more shout outs. Kelly Heating and Electric are dedicated to serving their customers' heating and electrical needs efficiently. They have been named one of Bryant's Medal of Excellence winners. They provide expert advice from a friendly staff that can provide you with the knowledge you need to make the best decisions on your next electrical, heating, or air conditioning project. And also Computer Recovery Associates. They specialize in removing, monetizing, and recycling computer hardware from large data centers. Whether you're looking to relocate, repurpose, sell, or recycle, Computer Recovery Associates can help. Check them out at computerrecoveryassociates.com.
You've got a big game. You're preparing for it here at the arena. Let's just say Northern Michigan, which is probably one of your biggest rivals. Mm-hmm. And you skate out onto that ice here at McGinnis. What's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Just kind of put it into perspective, my first college game here at home, I wasn't even playing. I'm pretty sure I was the third goalie, and skating out there, I almost slipped. I was so nervous. It was so loud. So it was just like a wow. That's how loud they were. And I wasn't even playing that game. And it was just a really cool experience just to be on the bench and see all the fans. And then, yeah, I mean, we're in the locker room right after warm-ups, and we can just hear them all chanting because they're the student sections, I think, in relation to our locker room, it's right above us. So then we can hear them doing all their chants and yelling, and it's pretty cool to get out there and play in front of, I think, the best fans in college hockey. So
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Do any alumni come in and visit you guys once in a while?
No, not too much. John Scott did come my freshman year. He was there. He came and did the lineup card freshman year in the GLI, the Great Lakes Invitational, and then he was actually there this year in Van Andel. He skated on our game day skate, and there was the players who weren't playing that game, they had a 3-on-3 skate just to kind of get their legs under him, and he was out there playing, so that was pretty cool. So we see him a little bit, not a ton though. We don't see too much alumni here, but there is. Sorry to keep rambling here, but
that's great.
There a lot of alumni do come up here and train in the summer, and just kind of be up here and take advantage of the workouts and the ice in the great summer. So that is cool. They are here in that aspect. Yep.
Do you guys get a chance to interact with them? Do you share the ice with them at times?
Yep. We do a lot of skating and skill skates, and we'll do scrimmages, and we work out at the same time as them. They may do their own programs because they might be on something different. I mean, they're getting older. They're not going to be doing the same stuff we're doing. But we definitely share the ice with them and stuff. So it's pretty cool to do that.
Nice.
Yeah, you got some pretty damn good alumni to come back and skate. But how about John Scott? He's no small guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Did you feel a little bit smaller or intimidated when he's on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, I never really knew how big he was, but just meeting him in the locker room, he just stands over you. So he's pretty big.
He's a big boy. So obviously, with your family up here in the UP, you've been familiar with it. What do you like about up here?
Well, as far as the summers, you can't beat it. The weather is unbelievable, and being on the water, and you can always swim in the canal or on Superior. My fiance, she lives on Superior, so we go sauna swim there all the time. So yeah, that's unbelievable. And then in the winters, it snows a lot, which I don't mind it, but just that's hockey season. And what I love about it is it's a hockey community, and they and even not just from the school, but from the community as well. They're always showing out and for great crowds and great support all year long. So it's unbelievable. Do
you do any fishing on the water in the summertime?
Jed Pietila, our other cousin on here, he rents from a lady, and we have access to a boat. So yes, it's pretty a little pontoon boat. So we go fishing out there sometime and catch some pike and smallmouth bass, and then in the fall, kind of Logan and I have gone steelhead fishing a little bit. So it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Now you've decided to come back for another year. What was that decision like? Or what made that decision? Yeah,
so after the season, just kind of took some time off just to relax and not really think about anything, which I think you kind of got to do just to mentally regroup. And then it was just kind of seeing what my options were, and I just thought it'd be a great experience to come back and try to get a championship for the team, whether that be CCHA or league championship or getting a national championship. All my years here, I've loved it and had zero complaints and absolutely loved it. And then my brother coming in next year, Chase, and just having Logan and Jed there too. You can't beat it, and I'm just really excited and just looking forward to it. Really, it's all I ever wanted. So.
Most guys don't get a chance to play with their brothers, let alone play with
two of them, then
and a cousin. Yeah. Holy mackerel!
So yeah, it's unbelievable.
Pietila, you up here?
No kidding. Well, you mentioned the fiance. Is she pulling any of the purse strings to make you decide one way or the other?
No, not really. She wants whatever I want. I mean, what's best for my career, and so she's supportive either way. And so she was happy to stay back for another year. And so we'll get a a place somewhere in Houghton, and it'll be a really fun experience, I think.
So let's talk about career. What do you see as your career once you leave? I'm assuming you want to continue to be involved with the game as a player.
Yeah. So after next year, obviously I can't come back another year, unfortunately. I'm sure I would if I could, but so I'll have to move on. So obviously, like you said, I'll try to keep playing. So I'll really see what my options are if it's somewhere in the States or maybe Europe or whatever. We'll just kind of have to see after next season. And I'd like to play as long as I can, but then at some point I think you gotta settle down and have a family and stuff like that. So I think I'd like to put my engineering degree, and I'll be getting MBA here next year. So putting that to use and seeing where that can take me, and probably settle down somewhere in Howell, Michigan, back home somewhere. So we'll see what really happens, but that's kind of what my plans are for now.
So you've been, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So you've been playing in the CCHA. It'll be coming up on your 5th year. Where are the most challenging team? Who are the most challenging teams to play? What are the most challenging barns where it's going to be a hostile crowd? They're going to be giving it to you.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of those rivalries you have.
For sure. I mean, this year, especially, every team we played it was a close game. I don't think we had any, unless we were on the losing end, I don't think we had any games that were separated by more than a few goals. So that just shows how good or how deep our league was this year. But as far as rivalries and hardest teams to play, I think on a given night it would probably be Northern, just because of the rivalry. So it always makes it a close game, even if one's fluctuated in the standings, it's always a close game every time we play them. And then I'd say Mankato is always a great battle, and same with who was I thinking about? Ferris is always good, especially in their rink. They kind of use that to their advantage, the smaller rink. So every rink, their home fans are always great for them. So I think just the experience is really fun.
Cool.
What is the preparation for a road trip for you guys? I mean, you and Marquette, it's not the end of the world. Well, of course, you still got Lake State. That's way over, east. But for you guys, it's not the end of the world, but you can see it from here almost. So what's a road trip like? I mean, are you flying? Are you bussing? How are you getting from point A to point B?
Yeah. So more often than not, we'll bus, unless it's unless we go to Arizona State or Alaska or or out east somewhere where it really makes no sense to bus. So we'll bus, and we get sleeper buses, so it's not too bad. So there's bunks top and bottom. So as far as schedule wise, if we play on a Friday in Duluth or in Minnesota, we play Mankato. We'll I think leave Wednesday afternoon usually sometimes, stay the night in Duluth, and then wake up and drive to Mankato and practice. And so we usually leave on Wednesdays, and then get there usually Thursday and skate, and then Friday morning morning skate and get ready for the game.
So that's a couple of days of missed classes. How do your professors work with you folks to make sure you stay on pace with the rest of your class?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but as far as the engineering program here, all professors are really great with giving you extensions or just accommodating your needs, giving you an extra day and stuff like that. And they know the heart of traveling and stuff like that. So they're really reasonable, and it's great.
You guys made the NCAA tournament this year. Phenomenal feat. Ran into a buzzsaw. Tell us about that game, and what did you learn from it?
Yeah, so obviously it was our goal all year to get in the national tournament, and we were saying all year that we didn't just want to get in, we wanted to get that first game, get the monkey off our back, because it's been a few years since Tech has won a game in the national tournament. I mean, like you said, unfortunately it didn't happen. I mean, it was a combination of us just not playing very well. I think everyone would say that it just wasn't our game, and then Penn State's a good team, so And me personally, I would have liked to play better. Just giving up one early for your team is not ideal, and so it was pretty tough to recover from. But you move on, and you just try to learn from it. I think we just the experience. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, you go into a game like that, and you keep gaining experience, and eventually you're going to win. So I think just the experience is great to have.
So are you losing some guys from last year's team, and how does it look with the new folks coming in for next year's team?
Yeah, we did lose some pretty key pieces. We lost there's a lot of mine in Logan's class. Jake Crespi, Logan Gainey, Parker Soretsky, a few grad transfers. I'm sure I'm missing some guys, but so I'm sure Joe has a plan to replace guys and make us good every year like we are. So
if a recruit came to you and said, hey, I'm looking at school A and I'm looking at Tech, what are you going to tell that person as to why Tech is a better school?
I would tell them that just, first of all, the fan base. I think everyone knows about that, and people love playing. As a hockey player, you like playing in front of a great fan base. And then the other thing, too, is just the lifestyle here at Tech, just a smaller community. I think a lot of people like that, just being in a smaller community and having the support we do. And the coaching staff here is unbelievable. And all the facilities here, you have everything you need. So, I mean, you can't beat it, and that's kind of what I would tell them.
Nice.
In your opinion, out of all the teams that you've played so far, is there a player that stands out that when you're on the ice and you see him with the puck, you're going, oh, crap?
Not really. I mean, as a goalie, you don't really think about that too much. It's kind of hard to explain. You just kind of watch the game and flow and you're just kind of there. I mean, there is a ton of, we've played against so many great players. They're all in the NHL now and stuff like that. So, I mean, it'd be hard to name one, but yeah, I mean, there are guys out there every game who can make a difference, and you kind of got to be careful. But I mean, our team does such a great job defensively, kind of limiting them. So, I mean, yeah, there's definitely guys that you got to watch out for sure.
Has anybody ever made a move on you that you said to yourself, how in the world did that happen?
I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of one. I mean, I'm sure someone just came in and sniped me over my shoulder, and I was like, all right, that was a good shot. But I can't think of one off the top of my head, no.
Okay, anything you had to go back and look at the replay to see exactly what happened there?
No,
okay. Yeah. On to the next shot.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you study game film of the team that's, your next road trip or your next home game? Are you studying game film on that team? Yep.
Throughout the week, I think usually it's like Wednesday. It kind of varies, but Joe will bring us in the new video room we have over here, and we'll go through their breakouts and everything like that, their systems, their offense, O zone, D zone, and then so we'll do that, and then once it gets to the game day, Friday, after we do our warm up and stuff, kind of maybe 30 minutes before we go on the ice, they'll run us through power or penalty kill. So that's great to see as a goalie. Just you kind of see their tendencies, like if some people run goal line plays, and just kind of to have that in the back of mind of what they do is cool to see. So we do that a lot. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. When do you know, or when does any player know whether they're suiting up or they're a scratch?
Yeah. So for us, our coaching staff will post the lineup on, we have TVs in the room. They'll post the lineup on the TVs after Thursday's practice usually, or if not, it's in the morning when you walk in, because everyone has to be here whether you're playing or not for the morning skate in the morning of game day. Everyone has to be here at a certain time, like an hour before the skate, and then you'll see if your number's up there or not. And then if you're not, you have to skate to get your legs under you. I'm sure all guys do anyway. But and then if you are in the lineup, it's your option if you want to skate or not. So,
okay.
So if you're not in the lineup at an away series, do you still travel with the team?
Yep. I'm not sure what the NCAA rule is, but you have I think it's maybe 2 or 3 players that you can have extra. I mean, for injury purposes, but sure. I think you kind of as far as league play, I think you can have an extra player compared to if it's non-conference. So yeah, there'll be, I think maybe it's 3 guys and a goalie who doesn't play that game, obviously, and if you're not, yeah, we stay out late or stay out after the morning skate just for 20 minutes or so and get a little more skate in. So
sure.
Yep.
Okay.
What is your mental preparation before a game? Do you got the earbuds in and you're listening to Metallica, or what the heck are you doing to get that mindset to prepare for that game?
So obviously I skate on Fridays. And then I don't skate on Saturdays just because if I play the next game Saturday, I don't skate just to give my body a little more of a rest. And then after that, we get a meal and then go home. I always like to take a longer pregame nap. So I'll take an hour nap or so and then come back to the rink. Then, yeah, like you said, once I get to the rink, my headphones are on the whole time. I just like to, I just like to hear the music and just kind of relax that way. And then, that's kind of how I relax. Just listen to music the whole time and just kind of staying loose. Yep.
So you're kind of the guy, you just want to kind of be left alone
Yep.
to your own thoughts.
Yeah. I don't mind if anyone has a question or anything or talks to me, but yeah, usually I'll keep my headphones on the whole time for sure. Yep.
Huh, okay.
Do you do any hand-eye coordination exercises before you get on the ice?
Yeah, so I do a lot of stretching, stretch for like 45 minutes, and then I'll do a dynamic for like 20 minutes. So it's a pretty long process. And then I will we have tennis balls, so I'll juggle and throw it off the wall and kind of get my eyes going, tracking that way. Yep.
You mentioned that you played multiple sports growing up. Baseball, any others?
In intermediate school, they call it in Michigan. I think it's 5th and 6th grade. Maybe it was elementary school. I don't even remember. Logan and I played football for a season or two. That was a pretty cool experience. Yep.
Did you feel that the multi-sports helped you as you got older, and you're glad that you did it rather than just focusing on one sport year-round?
Yeah, I think it just helps just not getting sick of a sport, if that makes sense. Just kind of doing something else. You're not just focused on hockey the whole time. So I think it just, in that aspect of having a variety of sports played, it just kind of lets you experience other sports and just kind of be a kid. So,
yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely like that philosophy.
Well, I got to tell you, this has been great. Is there anything else you would want our listeners to know about yourself before we sign off here?
No, putting me on the spot here. I can't think of anything. But
well, obviously you're not available anymore. You're engaged.
Yep.
So ladies got to that's done. All right.
Yep.
and you're coming back one more year to Tech.
Really excited about that.
What do you want to see come out of this year? What does Blake want to see Michigan Tech do this year, and what are you going to contribute to make that happen?
Yeah, this year I'm expecting a lot of success from our team. We have some key pieces coming back, and some from what I've heard, good talent coming in. So I think this year we can contend for the league championship and the playoff championship. So I'm expecting the best out of the team this year, and as far as me, I think just taking it one day at a time and doing what I can to help the team win is all I'll try to be doing.
Stop one puck at a time. That's all you can do, right?
One shot at a time.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
It's been our pleasure. Folks, please remember to say hi to our sponsors when you stop in. Tell them the breakout session sent you, and leave a comment and review for us. It only helps us stay in the game. Mogi?
Hey, a big thank you to our special guest, Blake Pietila, as well as you folks, our audience. Please remember our sponsors for this episode: Kelly Heating and Electric, Computer Recovery Associates, Dooley's Pub, and Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And as JC said, please follow us on your favorite social media platforms as well as YouTube. And remember, folks, until next time, stay on your inside edges.